Good afternoon. Bradley here. Just have three albums to show today. They are not jazz. They are rock, soul, funk, and then a live concert. So the electricity finally came back on. We were out probably 3 hours in the morning. I'm on the Dayton Power and Light power grid. So I think they have a couple squirrels on treadmills. So the power went out and it was their whole grid from Cincinnati to Columbus to Lima. So finally came back on. Like I said, three albums. Now this first album I'm going to show, don't click off because I got two more albums. I got this album because I always liked it, but I never had it. And Steven Wilson did a remastering of it. It is the second Chicago album. Probably 1970, I believe. This has got like Make Me Smile, 25 or 6 to 4, Color My World, Fancy Colors. I like the first couple Chicago albums a lot. They seem to dwindle as the Roman numerals increased. But like I said, this was remastered by Steven Wilson. I think he's from Australia. He was in Porcupine Tree, the progressive group. And he's done a lot of remastering. He did some Yes albums, Jethro Tull, and many more. So whatever he's involved with, it's going to sound really good. Okay, second album here. It's from one of my favorite record labels. Is it Blue Note? Nope. Impulse? Nope. How about Coal Mine Records? This is by the group Orgone. It's called Undercover Mixtape. And this is, I think, 13 or so cover songs of various funk and soul groups in the past. I love this package by Coal Mine. They put out fantastic packages. The rear of it's like the rear of a tape box that they would record in the studio. Title of songs, minutes, and comments featuring people or whatever. It's got the engineer, the what it was recorded on, and all that stuff. Really cool. Orgone is a funk soul group out of LA. I think they were formed around the early 2000s, and the lineup has changed a little bit. Currently they have, the lead singer is a lady, and her name is Adrienne De Leon. Fantastic voice. And other people sing also on here. I did see where, if you're familiar with Kelly Finnegan, I think he was, or is, a member of the Monophonics on the Coal Mine record label. He sings on one of these songs. Really good funk. So it contains songs by Roy Ayers, The Meters, Aretha Franklin, Otis Redding, Rufus Thomas, Booker T and the MGs, Gladys Knight and the Pips, Betty Wright, and Funkadelic. So a lot of this stuff is almost like, some of it's like this song in the background, kind of like funk, soul, psychedelic. Really good. Now the last album, I got it off of Discogs, and I did not realize that it was being shipped from the UK. Didn't realize that. I was waiting a couple weeks, wondering where the hell this record's at. And then I realized it was being shipped by Royal Mail. So that gave me a hint. It's from a store in the UK called Vinyl Tap. It's in West Yorkshire, UK. Really cool. And the album is The Secret Policeman's Ball. This was probably from 1979. 1979. And what this is, I think starting in the late 70s, there was a series of concerts and with musical people and comedians. It started in the UK, and it was for Amnesty International. So every few years they would put these concerts on, and the proceeds would go to Amnesty International. Very worthwhile cause. And I think they still have those nowadays every once in a while. But anyhow, originally, it was like 1.99 pounds in 1979. Very cool. So this has 8 songs on here. So the people on here are Pete Townsend. He does 3 songs. They are all acoustic guitar. John Williams does 2. Now it's not the John Williams of the film score arranger. John Williams, I think he's from Australia, I believe. He's a classical guitarist. So he does Bach on here, and it's amazing. It sounds beautiful. Neil Innes, Monty Python, he sings one. And Tom Robinson, he has 2 songs on here. Now, if you're not familiar with Tom Robinson, like I said, this was recorded in late June of 1979 at Her Majesty's Theatre in London. Now, Tom Robinson was one of the first, I guess, rockers to come out as gay. And he has 2 songs on here. But I'll go back to Pete Townsend. He does a fantastic solo version of Pinball Wizard. Sounds amazing. You may have heard that before. I think they used to play that on FM radio. Does a song from Quadrophenia, Drowned. And he ends the album with John Williams, Won't Get Fooled Again. John Williams has a couple songs on here. One of them's a Bach, and the other's it's classical guitar. Neil Innes does the song Spontaneous, kind of like a big band song. Sounds excellent. And Tom Robinson, which his songs are number 3 and 4 on here. First was 1967, and number 4 there is Glad to Be Gay. Both excellent songs. Glad to Be Gay just tells a really good story. And it's got a sing-along chorus. 1967, you might want to check that out on YouTube. It's 1967 by Tom Robinson. Just a solo guitar, kind of like a wistful song from his childhood. It's one of my probably top, I don't know, 100 favorite songs, maybe 50, I don't know. Just a beautiful, it's an English song. So anyhow, I've been looking for this album for 40 years. A friend of mine had it in the early 80s, and I was always going to pick it up. Then I went to CDs, and I kind of forgot about it, but it's always been in the back of my mind. So when I saw it on Discogs, I just had to pick it up. It is a top loader. So anyhow, and it is on Island Records, I believe. Very cool. I'm thrilled to have this one. So that's about all I have to show today. Maybe we can make it the rest of the day without the power going out. Life can be really boring when the power goes out. I took a long drive just to get into another power grid. Oh well. Well, I hope everybody has as good of the rest of the week as you are able to. So I'll catch you later. See ya.